Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Like another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Is it another one? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I say, yeah, another one. Bye-ya, bye-ya, bye-ya. Man, that song just gets me going. It gets me motivated. It's like my coffee. And cocaine is America's cup of coffee. And that's what it feels like. But trip out on this in a menudo style in a direct fashion. Homie, what you hit for? Let's shoot ends. You got all the bread, motherfucker. Put up your bands. Nah, can't do that. Why not? Old school trophy. E40, man. E40, the Bay Area legend, was kicked out of the Kings game. Spencer la tira con permiso. Guard. You guys strike again, huh? Oh, racial ass motherfuckers. Not trip out. E40 gets kicked out of the Kings game. Now, everybody knows that E40 is a big Golden State Warriors fan. He represents the gay area in a menudo style. He's been doing that. Ain't nothing new to this. He's true to this, right? E40, the Bay Area legend, was taken advantage of. Was racially, what's that word called? Racially oppressed. Okay? And I believe so. I believe this to be true. I believe that they misjudged his character. They misjudged what he was doing. Or was he just getting a little too rowdy? Was he pisteando? One never knows, does one. But what I know in a menudo style in direct fashion is E40 has always had a good reputation for being a real one. Has always had a reputation for being very respectful and keeping it so gangsterish, right? Wherever he goes. I mean, the guy's reputation precedes him. Everywhere he goes, everybody knows E40 has hit the building and it's going to be nothing but respect and righteousness. Now, of course, when it comes to sports can go anyways. That's why a lot of people don't like to talk sports. It's not they don't represent their team. It's not that they don't love their team or like their team. But in fact, it's because the other people on the other side, right, always feel some type of way. And if your team is better or you feel that your team has more notches on their belt than the other team, well, eventually it's going to come to some type of aggression. It's going to come to some type of turmoil. It's going to get violent before it gets better. That's just how it is. Same thing with religion, politics. You know, no one could agree. No one could even agree to disagree. Everybody's going to stand righteously 10 toes down for their team and what they believe in. Now, E40, being a legendary figure in the Bay Area, everybody knows him. I know him. You know, my jefita knows him. You know what I mean? The other day I heard her singing, I hope I don't go back to slanging yayo. I said, Hepa, you slang yayo? She said, to get that mayo. Here's I'm making you a sandwich. Do you want mayo? I said, yeah, I want mayo. So look, that's just how it is. You know, when someone has a reputation for being a real one, people are going to stand behind them, especially if they see him being oppressed or especially if they see him being racially, what's the word I want to say, man? Racially, what's the fucking word, man? I'm forgetting it right off the top of my head, right? Profiled. That's the word. Gunners profiles. Pensa la tira. Racially profiled. Now, according to what happened, man, the reports of what I seen, he was at the Kings and Golden State game. And let me tell you, this is unprecedented. This is the first time two Northern California teams have ever met in the playoffs. Yep, I said it. Fill it up with unleaded. Let me say it again one time for your mind. Two Northern California teams have ever met in the playoffs. We have the Sacramento Kings round one versus the Golden State Warriors. And it's closer than what you would think. See, a lot of people think Golden State's just going to run away with it. Hey, and I like Golden State. They're cool. They're cool. I'm a Lakers fan, but at the same time, I'm wearing a Magic. I'm all over the fucking place, E40, right? But at the same time, I understand that Golden State has a reputation for winning. They've been winning. You know, so E40's on, hey, you, get off that mountain. He's been on top of that mountain with this team for a minute now, right? But at the same time, the Kings are a young, motivated, hungry team. Thirsty. Ivatas want all the Orange Juliuses, right? They're coming up. They're pretty damn good. So this is a very, very good series. This could go either way. Of course, I think it's going to go Golden State's way, but we're not here to talk sports. We're here to talk E40 and the click, but that's just how we go. So now, E40 is definitely in Sacramento, man, cheering his team on. Representing his flag, representing his colores, representing the team that he's faithful and he has love for, being out the Bay Area. Everyone got love for the city, you know. Golden State Warriors, there's everybody knows that Golden State Warriors, they represent California as a whole, not just Northern or Southern California, but California, period. It's sports, homes. You know, we're going to rock with our side, the best side, the Wickedy West. I'm from the West. Orale, no big deal. That's just what it is. And he was there definitely representing his team. Now, what happened was, I guess there was hecklers. Kind of like trolls from YouTube, hecklers. People that are constantly on your bumper. People that are constantly in your mix. People that are constantly on your head for no other reason than they have time and they can. They ain't got no job. They ain't got shit else to do. They got stains all over their shirts. So they're definitely going to be riding around in a car fucking talking shit about you. So this is what happens, right, on YouTube, just like it happens in the real world. You're going to have hecklers. People that are disrespecting, and of course, E40 being in that front row, you know, having them golden tickets, right? He was going back and forth with a few people. They were heckling each other. That's normal, man. That's normal in sports, you know. But for the most part, like I said, it always comes to fisticuffs. It always comes to, you know, people getting a little too tipsy, a little too drunk. They say a little too much. They make it personal. And then it goes a different fucking route, right? And in this case, guard, shut up. I'm talking about E40 here, brother, right? It starts to get a little charged. Now, according to E40, he's kicking back and these people are going crazy on him. They're going off on him. Of course, he's in Sacramento. It's hyphy. He's representing his team. He's showing nothing but love. But at the same time, there's people, and this is Sakura. Sakura moves different. I've told you guys, Sacramento's a different animal. Sacramento's its own island. Sacramento's real, right? They're really gangster about their shit, man. They turn everything. It can be, can I get a slice of pie, into, whoop, pinkies up, pinkies down. They're just different. They're gang related there. Just moves differently. So anyways, he's in Sacramento. He's getting a lot of hate. But I'm sure it was all in fun because everybody knows who E40 is and everybody respects him being a legend out the Bay Area. Being a monster out the Bay, lyrically and righteously, right? But of course, hecklers are going to heckle and it's going to be back and forth. I'm sure he also was participating in the heckling. There's no way that Vato wasn't spitting his verbiage. The motherfucker has his own language. You know, he was really letting them have it, right? Mouthpiece spectacular with the vernacular. So E40's going back and forth. And there's a heckler who's actually a white woman behind him. So towards the fourth quarter, what happened was E40, turns around and eventually addresses this lady, you know, who was probably in his earpiece constantly. So he used his mouthpiece to her earpiece, and instead of biting her shit off like Tyson did Holyfield, he just gave her an earful. He just let her know exactly how he felt about the Golden State Warriors. Now, I'm sure at this time it was a very close game. Ultimately, Sacramento did win. They were victorious in game one. I was surprised. You were surprised. Shit, we were all surprised. But ain't no surprise that a real one like E40 was there representing his team. And I'm sure he's going to be at every single game. And he's going to get the standing ovation at the Golden State Arena. And he's going to get love at Oracle. It is what it is, right? But anyway, so he's in Sakura and he starts to go back and forth with this white lady. Automatically, someone decides that if for no other reason to contact security, you know what I mean? Here they come. And they came over and they chose, of all people, to kick E40 up out of this game. Now, if it was me or you that got kicked out of a game, I understand. It happens. You know what I mean? Hey, who are you? I'm Gunners Collective. I'm a YouTuber. Bitch, shut up. Boom. I'm going to be in the parking lot. I said, eating one of them hot dogs that Bison sells and waiting on your ass. You know what I mean? With the glizzy, eating the glizzy. I'm real, right? This is how I would have been. And it would have been, never mind. They wouldn't have made news. Motherfuckers wouldn't have cared. They'd be like, hey, guess what? Gunn got kicked out of the game. Him too, I said. Shit, I got kicked out of a Dodger game in the fucking 8th inning, right? There's 8 innings? Yeah, there is. Actually, there's 9, but it was in the 8th. So this is how it is. E40 gets kicked out. Now, that would have been fine and dandy. You know, nobody is above the law. Understand that. Let me repeat it. Nobody is above the law. You know, if you're out there acting a fool, acting an ass, showing your ass, if you're out there acting, if you're acting dumb, then guess what's going to happen? You know, you're going to get kicked out. You're subject to the rules, terminations, and laws, just like everyone else. Anyone can get booted out of a game. I've been booted out of several games. You know what I mean? Fuck you, Jose Canseco. How about that one? Remember? Right? So that's just how it is. Been kicked out. But he's E40. He's the ambassador of Golden State, basketball. He's like a pillar of theirs. It's kind of like Drake to Toronto. You could expect to see him. It's like Jack Nicholson to the Lakers. Love that Joker. Oh, the Joker. Right? That's just, and I ain't talking about Joker from San Andreas. Puto. Hey, you skinny. I'm hiding behind. I know. I see you. I see you, bitch. I see you. I really got love for all these people that put their face out there and they're on the forefront for their team. They really represent their team, you know. You see that they're part of the show. You see the Lakers, you see Jack Nicholson. You already know that's automatic. You see the Knicks, you see Spike Lee. Well, I don't know if he even fucks with them anymore. He got tired of that shit. But, I mean, you already knew back in the days. You know, you see Toronto, there's Drake running around with his ass hanging out, right? You know, the best I ever had, best I ever had. He's just running around. And then, of course, you see Golden State, you already know E40 is going to be there. He's going to represent the Giants. He's going to represent the A's. He's going to represent the gay area. It's just what it is. Now, Sacramento, I'm sure, also has theirs. I can't call it like an alcoholic who they is. Last person I remember that was halfway decent was Peja. But that's that, you know, and white chocolate. But Sacramento definitely has a team, and they're banging. They're doing their thing. And I like them, man. They're young and coming up. But E40 gets into it with this chick, and automatically the security comes over, and what do? They escort him out of the arena. They escort E40 out of the area. Now, that could have been motivated by the fact that he was representing Golden State, and they felt like he was causing chaos or causing some type of, turmoil. There was animosity towards him because he was probably representing hard, flossed out, banged out, doing what he does. And then all these Sacramento King fans were charged. Now, E40 cited that it was racially charged. But look at it from the outside looking in. This happens every day. People are heckling back and forth. People are representing team. Yeah, cool. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, you got your team, I got mine. We're gonna ride like that. It's not gangs. It's not real life. It's just teams. But it seems that when he was going at it with the brothers, when he was going back and forth with the Mexicanos, when he was going back and forth with the people, wasn't no one tripping. But as soon as the white lady, as soon as Karen got involved, and she's giving him the business for 3 quarters, and the 4th quarter he's saying, "Bitch, what you here for? List your hands. You got all the bread, Karen. Put up your bands." As soon as he said all that, guess what happened? Now you go back to slanging, you're out of here, buddy. Don't mess with Karen. E40, I don't care who you are or what you hit for. You know what I mean? I don't care. Hey, Lieutenant Roast the Botch. No, the Botch roasted you this time because he got thrown out. Now, of course, he did an interview where he says he believes it was racially charged. And I believe it was too. I believe maybe if not racially charged, very biased against a black man enjoying a game, who bought first row tickets, who's a representative of that team, who's a pillar in the community, who's a real one and a legend in the Bay Area. This man gets thrown out of the Sacramento Kings game because so. Come on, Gina. Straight up. But that's the world we live in. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can outlive that, man. The racial shit is real, man. The bigotry is real. The hate is real, gente. And we're seeing it play out right before our eyes. What happened to E40 was unjust. Now, I understand, just like anything else, if he was swinging, if he was acting a fool, if he was just doing a little too much, kick that fat fucker out of there. Straight up. It's the way it is. Pensa la tira. Nobody's special. Nobody's perfect. You might get front row seats, but you're not special. Okay? But for merely arguing with someone over a sport, over something that's fun, something that's supposed to be entertainment, that's a little too much, to racial profile this guy. I'm not even sure if security recognized or understood who he was. You got to give him a little pass. That's E40. That's it. Give him a little bit of a pass. But they gave him no pass. That right there is a defamation of character. It makes him look bad. It messes up his brand. It makes him look like he's acting a fool and acting an ass out there on the court, like he doesn't know how to act. The other day when we seen, who was it? It was Skip. Shannon Sharp. When he got into it with John Morant's dad, he wasn't kicked out or escorted off. People understood that was a personal beef, or that was something that was just put out there between these two. And hey, they went their separate ways, and it was what it was. The next day, hey, Skip, I need to apologize, Skip. Shannon Sharp apologized, and it was all good in the hood, right? But E40, and that shows you right there, California politics. That shows you the griminess and grittiness of the streets that we walk and rock on. Man, motherfuckers be hating over here, bro. We can't get no love. We got a California legend, a Bay Area legend, someone who's at the game, who stays putting his money into the NBA, who stays buying tickets, who stays really the face of the Golden State Warriors, who's really out there with the people, man. And they kick him up out the game, man. NBA's, that's ugly. That's a bad look. It's a bad look because this man, I mean, what do you think? When it becomes a black and white issue, and it couldn't even been racial. Real talk. It could have just been because he was a man and she was a woman. But nowadays, Orale Bud Light, with everyone trying to be equal, does that really matter? Because we don't even know to what degree of woman she was. She could have been he, her, she, him, him. I don't know what, when, or how, who. You know what I mean? Or fucking who from Whoville. Orale the Grinch. You just don't know. But at the same time, it seems like the security jumped to conclusions. They automatically seen a black man and a white woman. And they judged racially. And that in itself is an ugly situation, especially when it comes to someone like E40, who's a well-known individual. Now, I say to myself, no, we're not going to boycott the NBA. No, it's the middle of the playoffs. No, I mean, it's just an unfortunate circumstance that happened. But Sacramento, as people, as a righteous city, as real ones, homes, y'all motherfuckers bump E40. Mozzie, Cash Money, lavish to E40. X-rated, Brother Lynch goes in that order. Maybe, right? You guys fuck with him. So, I mean, how does that make the streets feel? How does that make the people that rock in Sacramento feel? He doesn't hate the city of Sacramento. That man loves Sacramento, loves SIBO, loves everything that Sac provides, right? But at the same time, it's a fucking basketball game. It's two rivals, two teams going at it. The pressure is real. E40 was having a great time. Now, did he probably say something that was over the line? Perhaps. I wasn't the cucaracha right there in the basketball court under Deron whatever Williams' feet. I don't know. Or what's his name? Fucking Darren Fox. I wasn't under his feet. I don't know. I wasn't the bed bug, right? In Steph Curry's fucking wife's bed. I don't know. I would like to be, but I don't know what exactly happened there. To what degree. But one thing I know for sure is it's not a good look. Does it look racially motivated? It does. But everything black and white does. Everything black and brown does. It always has to go there. It always has to be a racial issue. And perhaps it is. Perhaps it is. Perhaps these guys judge. See, from what I hear and from what I've seen on the tape, they didn't even give E40 a chance. Let him speak some of that verbalage, some of that slanguage. Let him do what he does. Let him be out there, Holmes and if you knew what he was. Let E40. Ooh, I could do this. I could be E40 for Halloween. Look, trip out. Let him do him instead of racially profiling him and kicking him up out the game. Damn, they went overboard, man. They about to got ejected. They about to needs an award right there next to Golden State, next to Curry for being ejected from the game. All for loving your team. Now, if he did say something racial to the woman or he did say something bad, this is a man and a woman. You can't let a woman get under your skin. You just say, bitch! That's it. And you're supposed to be, don't be Captain Savo. You're supposed to be Lieutenant Rostabot. And just move on and push on. It's that simple and that easy. But if it was a racial thing, gente, the time is now to stand up. I'm tired of it, man. That's why I preach black and brown. In the woods, brother, got love. Get over here, brother. It's all about you. Crank, brother? No, not crank. Not this time, right? My crank your ass up out of here. I got nothing but love for all gente, all ethnicities. And I believe, man, we need to come together. I know it will never, ever, ever happen. It just ain't. It just won't, because things like this keep coming up. Shit, it's 2023 and fucking E40's getting kicked out of games just because he told the white lady, that she smells like, biscuits and gravy. I don't know. One thing I know for sure is it definitely happened, and it's not a good look for the NBA. It's not a good look for the Sacramento Kings organization, and it's not a good look for the Golden State Warriors. Someone should have stepped up and been like, hey, what's going on here? And spoke up for a man. But that's how you feel, man, when there's a racial problem. You feel all alone. See, I've been racially profiled. I've been in a situation, man. I remember one time I was walking to my sister's pad, right? I just went and got me flowers. This is years ago. I went and got me flowers. It's hot, summertime. I'm wearing the white beater, Merced, California. You know what it is. It's 114 degrees. And I'm not being gang related, right? It's just hot. And I'm mobbing. And my sister's right there. She's watering her porch. Just wasting water and shit. I know I'm going to have to pay for it, right? And I see her from a distance and I'm like, all right, what's happening, right? And as I'm walking up, Blancas come. They see me. They hit the U-turn. They're on me. Luckily, I stepped right into the yard just as they pulled up. And my sister's like, what do you want? And then they pulled off. They were racially profiling me. They see me, a Mexican with tattoos. Automatically, these vatos were on me. On my bumper. I didn't do nothing. No probable cause. I did shit. All I have to my name is a pack of frajos, $2 and a Jolly Rancher. I'm just trying to get home. Right? But these vatos weren't playing no games. It's an unfortunate situation. I felt all alone. Thank God my sister was there, but I felt all alone. So I can only understand how E40 is. Hey, man, I sympathize with you, brother. If it was something totally different, then I don't. And that's just what it is. Anyways, E40 got kicked out of the Sacramento Kings game. How do you feel about it? Do you think it was justified? Or we don't know? We don't know the whole story. But it is kind of fishy. I mean, E40 says it was racial. And what you hit, foul. That's just what it is. With that being said, gente, let me know in the comments how you feel about it. I know how I feel about it. I think it was bullshit. Period. With that being said, move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, man, no one's going to do it for you. I'm not going to do it for you. You know, no one is going to do it for you. Do it for yourself. That's it. I gave you the knowledge that you can't get in college. Do that. Thumbs up if you like me. Thumbs down. See, heavy is the head that wears the crown if you don't. And I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in. Truly. I don't give a fuck what any other YouTuber says or what anybody says. What I truly believe in. And that's bringing all the raza together. Bringing everyone together. Bang, bang. Oh, they jealous.